Join myself and JD delay in fighting chomos and other bad thing by shopping at Convict Clothing. There are some amazing cloths for all at great prices. Nationwide free shipping for any order over $50. Just use the keyword autograph for a discount. And while you are shopping, also check out my store and perhaps become a member for only 99 cents. Both stores' links are in the description. Back to the video.
There once was a wolf named Sly, who lived in Alaska. Unlike other wolves, Sly didn't hunt or howl. He only loved gold. Every day he snuck into other animals' homes, stealing coins, watches, even a gold tooth. His secret hoard grew, hidden deep underground. Sly spent his days counting, polishing, and whispering to his treasure. "You are my friend. You are my family." The other animals called him a thief, but Sly didn't care. Their words were just noise. His gold was all he needed. He dreamed of mountains and rivers of gold, waking with a sly smile, comforted by his stash. His den was cold and bare, but Sly didn't mind. He curled up on his pile of coins, sharp edges pressing into his fur. It wasn't comfortable, but it was his. This was the life he chose, guarding his precious stolen hoard. He believed nothing could touch his happiness as long as he had his gold. The world outside was unimportant. Sly's only music was the clink of coins. He thought ownership was the greatest feeling a creature could know. He was content in his metallic nest, convinced his happiness was secure. The den was dark and cold, but the gold's shine was enough for him. Sly's world was small, but he believed it was perfect. He never imagined anything could change. But change was coming, faster than he could ever expect. Sly's story was about to begin in earnest, and it would start with a loss he never saw coming. One morning, sunlight crept into Sly's den. Sly stretched, ready to greet his treasure, but the gold was gone. The spot where his hoard should be was empty, just bare earth. Not a single coin remained. Sly's heart pounded. He dug frantically but found nothing. His treasure, his only friend, was gone. A howl of despair echoed through the forest. "Someone has stolen my gold!" he cried. The greatest thief had been robbed. Panic took over. He rushed outside, blind to everything but his loss. He didn't notice the city's strange silence or the missing building on the skyline. Sly's mind was consumed. Who could have done this? He vowed not to rest until his gold was found. The world could fall apart. He only cared about his treasure. Sly's cold heart felt like it was breaking. The world seemed gray and empty without his hoard. Nothing else mattered. Only gold had value, and his was gone. He would travel to the ends of the earth to get it back. His obsession burned brighter than ever. Sly's desperate search was about to begin. Sly wasted no time. His quest began at once. He ran south to Vancouver, then east, driven by rage and need. He didn't rest or hunt. Hunger for gold was all he felt. Across prairies and forests, he questioned every animal he met. "Have you seen my gold?" he barked at a gopher. "No, but the big tower in Calgary vanished overnight," the gopher replied. Sly growled. He didn't care about towers, only his gold. In Ontario, a moose told him, "A whole section of Toronto disappeared. The humans are panicking." Sly stamped his foot. "Humans, buildings, who cares? My gold is what matters." In the Maritimes, a beaver chattered about a missing bridge. Geese honked about abandoned farms. No one knew about his treasure. Sly's loss was invisible to the world. He felt more alone with every step. The animals were obsessed with human problems, not his. Sly's journey became lonelier, his mission misunderstood. He pressed on, isolated and desperate. The world seemed indifferent to his pain. Sly was a lone wolf, chasing a dream no one else valued. But something bigger was happening, just out of his sight, and Sly was about to stumble into it. The farther Sly traveled, the more confused he became. No one recognized his name or cared about his gold. "Are you from around here?" a squirrel asked, unimpressed. Sly described his treasure, but animals only talked about vanished human places. "That's nice, but a whole market disappeared," a fox said. Sly snarled. What did a market matter compared to his loss? Every conversation ended the same. Sly asked about gold. Animals spoke of human fears. He felt like an outsider, his priorities alien to everyone he met. Sly couldn't see the bigger picture. He only saw his empty den. The world's worries were not his, at least not yet. Sly's confusion came from his past in Alaska. There, everyone knew everyone. News traveled fast. A theft like his would have been the talk of the valley. He expected the same everywhere, but Canada was too vast. Animals were strangers, their lives disconnected. Sly's reputation meant nothing here. He felt small and insignificant, a shock to his pride. He wasn't just searching for gold, he was searching for a world that made sense. The animals weren't unhelpful, they just lived in a different reality. Sly was a small-town wolf lost in a big, strange world. He couldn't see that their fears were bigger than his own, but soon, he would have to. Sly reached the edge of the continent, a lonely beach in Newfoundland. Exhausted and defeated, he stared at the Atlantic, heart as empty as his den. Suddenly, a hammerhead shark appeared in the surf. "You have traveled far, wolf," the shark rumbled. "Your heart is heavy with yellow sorrow." Sly nodded, too tired to be afraid. "You search for lost treasure, but you're blind to the real loss," the shark said. "Look around, the world is changing, things are disappearing. Humans are afraid, and when they're afraid, the world suffers." Sly protested. "My gold is what matters." The shark shook its head. "Your gold is a memory. Your old ways, hoarding, taking, are useless now. The world needs help, not another thief." With a flick of its tail, the shark vanished into the deep. Sly sat in the cold sand, the shark's words echoing in his mind. For the first time, he wondered if he'd been blind. The world's loss was bigger than his own. Sly felt the truth settling in, heavy as the ocean. He realized he had to change. The waves whispered the shark's wisdom. Sly listened, and he began to understand. Sly looked at his paws, caked with the dirt of a dozen provinces. He remembered the animals' worried faces, their talk of missing places. Maybe his gold wasn't the most important thing after all. The shark's words echoed, "Things are getting scarier every day." Sly felt a new fear for the world, not just himself. He stood up, a changed wolf. "I will help," he vowed. His journey back west would be for others, not for gold. He would listen, offer his strength, and try to make a difference. But change is hard. As he walked, he spotted a golden locket in the sand. The old urge to steal flared up, but Sly forced himself to walk away. The path of selflessness would be a struggle, but Sly was ready to try.